what I'm gonna do is more kind of show you exercises that you can do at home. Like, I don't wanna I'd rather you guys be fresh and ready to roll.
That's what I wanna know, if I'm gonna be gassed out.
No, look, do as much as you would like to do, really. But it's more just giving you like 8 to 10 exercises that you can do at any stage, you know. If you guys would like, you can get stretched, see how you're feeling. Like I said, today essentially is me giving you a guideline of, like I said, 8 to 10 exercises that you can take away with you that doesn't require anything other than a mat. So you can really do them at home. If you want to get nice and warmed up and get prepared for a surf trip, these are great movements. If you're struggling with certain elements in your surfing, these are going to help you with them. Just kind of fine tune your body. So it's not going to be really, yes, you can work up a sweat for sure by doing these movements, but I'm not here to destroy you. So we're going to use a specific position. It's called the base position. Essentially, you're going to have your one leg at 90 degrees like this, your other leg at 90 degrees like this. This is going to be pretty much we're going to use this position quite frequently. So this is quite good to get comfortable here. Sometimes if you do struggle with your hip flexors, you will feel this. So the first one we're going to do is, it's just called a simple leg kick out, from base to leg kick out. And what it does is, it really starts to work with your hip flexors. How many of you have sore hip flexors from surfing? Yeah. Yeah. So often they are utilized a lot in surfing. So I think it's important to get them strengthened. So we're gonna be in this base position. And then from here, all you're gonna do, you can use your hand to keep you stabilized, your hip over here. And from this position, all you're gonna do is just kick this leg out. Just kick it nice and really lean back into that glute. There we go. You should feel it instantly engage your hip flexors, right? So we'll do a couple of these just to feel it out. This isn't actually the hardest one. I did start with the gentler one. Do a couple. Can you start feeling that slight little burn in the hip flexor? Those of you that do Pilates, you'll probably be pretty strong. You won't be affected by it. Right, we'll swap on sides just to keep it nice and even. Probably just do about 5 on this side. Same thing, 90-90, keep it nice and comfortable, and then just kick that leg out. You really want to just lean into it. Nice. Rosie's like, this is too easy. Lean into that glute, drop it, here we go. All right, okay, get back to your base position. Now the tough one. How many of you, when you're sitting out on your surfboard, struggle to turn your board around quick enough, lie down, and paddle for a wave? It often gets a little sloppy, doesn't it? We sit, we like wobble about, then we lie down and the body's definitely not in position, and then we're frantically paddling. A lot of time in surfing, as you guys might know or have seen, it's becoming busier. It's not going to get quieter. So what this is going to help you with is to try and maximize and utilize the opportunities of we call it the swing and go, or the swivel. Well, this is called the swivel to pop up. But the swing and go is to help you see someone's fallen off a wave. You're like, paddle, 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 pop up, right? So we want to fine tune that as much as we can. So from this position, if you want, again, you can stabilize by using your arm over here, but essentially what you're gonna do is I'm gonna kick my legs forward, around, I'll lie on my stomach, and then pop up. So I'll demonstrate it first. If you can't see me, stand up and get a little closer. Otherwise, if you're fine where you are, we'll practice this. So watch. Right. Okay, yeah, so if you're near the walls or pillars, please move a little bit. This is where I said just you can move forward. So watch again. So from here, It's a lot harder to do when you do it slowly. So kick the legs forward, around. There we go. Both legs. There we go. Do you guys understand what I mean by this? Sitting on your board, turning your board around quickly, lying down on it and popping up. This is essentially going to help you a lot with that. Swap sides, alternate sides, because it's important to do so. Obviously, always pop up in the stance that you stand in. Nice. So kicking it out, onto the stomach. Boom. You got it? So have a look here. Both go, yes. So let's go forward. Here we go. So of course, once you get more comfortable with this, so it will happen quicker and quicker. So a lot of these movements also are meant to be done with control, because obviously when we're surfing, we want to be as controlled as possible through every movement. So let's keep going. Let's do a couple more. Head up the whole time. Keep your head up. Heads up. There we go. That way now. Have you guys swapped sides? So a lot of what we want to do when we're doing these movements, or what we're wanting to achieve. How many of you, I'm sure you've heard me say it quite a bit, or you've heard any of the other coaches, we want you to use your body more. And when we're surfing, how often do we tend to just want to be quite stagnant? Now we're asking you, got these movements, everything is quite engaged, isn't it? So from there, it's that mobility, it's the swing, to then your core being engaged while you're having to pop up, your arms are being utilized, so your whole body needs to be worked at all times. Right, it also seems, I'm sure some of you do this, and well, like I said, these exercises are great in the sense that you can do them, add them into your workout if you do a workout wherever you work out. So the next one is quite simple. It's your mountain climber, so nice and strong. You've got your shoulders and your chest over you, your hands, and you guys all know how to do mountain climbers. Okay? But with the mountain climbers, we're not going straight. We want to give it a twist. Right? So just really getting into that elbow. Boom. Why do you think I want to do that? And first, just doing the straight ones. That, and also constantly getting a rotational twist through our backs, through our spines. What are we doing when we're surfing? We rotate. Yeah, just as you wish, eh? You're done, you're done. It's not, like I said, we're not here to work you out, it's just to give you the tools. So while we're in this position, I don't often have names for these things, but we can just call it plank to leg kick out. Essentially, same thing, we're gonna be in our plank. We're gonna go right foot to right hand. Why do I think we need this? It's mobility again. It's strength. It's using the whole body, and you want to be controlled through it. Yeah, it's quite hard, isn't it? Engage your cores while you're doing this exercise. You can even roll further back, so you can really lean into it. Wow. What's happening with your wrists too? They're getting a workout, your wrists. Alrighty guys, you can also relax now. But again, do we understand this is working the whole body from head to toe, trying to engage as much as possible. Okay, the next two are a little bit more, well, let's start with the single floor touches. It's pretty straightforward if you guys do have a yoga block. quite nice to do it on one of them because they give you a little bit more instability while you're trying to get all your little muscles in your ankles as worked as possible. So if you really enjoy this, you're going to just, if you're really good at this, close your eyes. But essentially straightforward, keep that core engaged, soft, kind of gentle knee. This exercise is really critical for you to make sure that you do not do it rushed. It's all about control. So there should be no reason why you wibble wobbling around. Just control and really work it through your ankle. Like I said, if this is really easy for you, you can close your eyes. But like I said, I don't want a lot of lack of control. Because when we're riding, everything is kind of wobbling underneath us. There's nothing that is ever stable when we're surfing, right? So this is the control that we want to be getting from this movement. If you are done, swap legs. Nice. Sometimes the slower, the harder it can be too. That's fine. You're gonna move at times, but rather just try to bring it tighter, more compressed through your movements, and then go through it. And like I said, you can add elements to it throughout this exercise. Alrighty, we pretty much have 2 more exercises. I will also demonstrate a few other things if you do have a band that you would like to use to strengthen your paddling muscles. So that can often happen. Do you know those stretchy bands with the handles? So when you're using them, the key elements to making sure that you effectively use it so that you can strengthen the paddling muscles rather than strengthening your shoulders. Make sure that you're almost going to sit at a 90-degree angle with your body here. Nice soft knees or bent knees, never locked in any direction. When you have your stretchy bands in front of you, you want to try to keep that head up and then just pull, 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 pull. You can also use weights. You have weights in your hands. A little bit harder, but go super light with the weights. And you should feel it just work all these muscles over here. Okay. Next two, for those of you that are doing turns, also struggling maybe with compression to extension, these 2 are very, very good for you. So it's called the squat rotate. And then the second one is your lunge twist. So 2 different movements. Again, strengthening a little bit more of the lower half of the body, but always adding an element to keep that balance a little bit loose. Okay, so the squat rotate, how it's going to work. I'll show you a few angles so that you can really focus on it. But if you're a surfer, what you're essentially trying to achieve here is your bottom turn to carve. Okay, so when we get into that open face, we want to get nice and compressed off the bottom. We see that section or the open face wall in front of you. You're compressing, hitting that, bringing that section down, compressing back down. Okay, so this exercise will help you achieve that. So in your surfing stance, squat, rotate. Watch what my head and shoulders do. We talk about this a lot, don't we? We say head and shoulders need to be following each other at all times. Okay, so I'll show you from behind. Squat, rotate. Where my head is going and my arm is following one another. My other arm, you could almost imagine you holding a big medicine ball. So you got your big medicine ball over here. Squat, rotate. Yeah, so aiming to always come back between the middle of your legs over here. So squat, rotate, and you can really drive into it. You'll feel your abs getting nice and worked. Yes, of course, yeah. Everything both sides. Nice. Wait, getting excited there. You can rotate the back foot, so it will be your back foot that's rotating. Remember, when we're surfing, it's moving with us. On land, it won't be. Does that make sense to you, Joel? Do you understand where we're talking about that bottom turn to carve movement? We often say a lot of you guys tend to be a little delicate with rotating and cruising. This will also help you to throw your weight into that rather than really push yourself into that. Yeah, give it some energy. A lot of us tend to surf a little delicate. It's like, and those of you on big boards, you have to push. Otherwise, that board doesn't respond to you as quick as possible. So you're just going to compress, go out. Wah! Wah, wah. Okay. The next one is the lunge rotate. Very simple. If you've got a water bottle, it always helps. Again, just adding an extra little bit of instability wherever you can. So essentially, you're going to have it on one side. You're going to, I always get a bit confused here. Bring your left leg forward and wah! If you're a bit angry, it's quite nice. So, and you'll see everything needs to be done with control. See, you see how fast and wobbly that was? Do it with control. There we go, Rosie, nice. Yeah. Ideally at the same time, but you could go leg first. So you're going the opposite way now. So the hip, when you're holding it here, so it's this. Yes. There we go. So you should feel your body moving a lot. And again, full body engagement. It's not a maneuver, no. It's not a maneuver, this one. This, tapa! Yeah. No, this is more just to get, again, your whole body engaged with the rotational twist. We demand a lot of our bodies when it comes to our spines when we're surfing. Firstly, having to engage our lower backs and our glutes a lot to make sure that we're in that like banana shape, to then paddling, and we're constantly rotating through our spines. So this is just to help strengthen through the whole body movement. Alrighty, does anyone have any questions? That's pretty much it. Nice solid 8-9 exercises that you can incorporate in everything you do. And doesn't require much. I think the the base to pop up is one of my favorites. I think it really does fine-tune thing, and so is the squat rotate. The squat rotates, I've actually seen it benefit people in the water. Right, any questions? No? Perfect, that's it. No worries. If you guys would like to stay and stretch it by yourselves, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, yeah, utilize the space if you want.